Hey guys, Carl here, Cultivate with Carl, and it is time for your winter Cultivate with Carl update. And so today is the 14th of January, and we are about to get our first frost, serious frost, here in South Mississippi. So normally our first frost date is the 1st of December, but here in South Mississippi, we normally have pretty mild winters. And this being January 14th, we are, we're getting this Arctic blast. So for like the next week, every night is supposed to be below freezing. In fact, it's going down all the way into the teens. So that's not normally a problem. This time of year, I would just have my winter crops going. But if you remember from the summer, the summer lasted so long, we didn't really get the winter crops in. And so all I put in was potatoes because I had the potatoes in the pantry from the spring and they started sprouting again. So I bought them out here, and the reason why you see all this plastic over everything, it's not for the frost, but earlier in the week we had a day or two of potential, it was pretty heavy rains, and so I didn't want the soil to get wet so that today we could harvest the potatoes. And that's what we're doing today. Even though, I'll take you on a tour here in just a second, some of the potatoes, they're probably not ready. They probably need another week or two or three, but we just are out of time. And so I'm gonna go ahead and pull them. And if we get, new potatoes, great. I'm just gonna give them to the neighbors and they can eat them because, if your potatoes aren't ready. And so my understanding of the potato process is once the tops die off, they push all their nutrients down to the spuds. And then the spuds, once the tops are dead, they need a couple more weeks to get their skin nice and thick, and then they can store well. So I've already been digging over in the red potatoes, the Nordland red potatoes, and they look great, but their skin is so thin that if you touch it, it just peels off. So they're good size, they look great, they got good color, but the skin's very fragile. So I'll have to eat those in short order, because for sure I won't be giving any of the neighbors, none of the neighbors, any of the reds. What I'm really sad about is the beds behind me were the russet potatoes. And during the summer, we had gotten a lot of small russet potatoes. They just never developed before the heat came in and whacked them. So I think that's what we're gonna have now. We're gonna have a lot more small. I was hoping to have some nice sized russets, for baked potatoes and stuff, but that's just not gonna happen. Everything else, we've got our Rogue tomato plant, and it's got a tomato. I'm gonna take you on a tour of the beds here real quick. And then we're gonna just take a flyby of the beds. We're not really gonna get in depth on anything. Because I want to get to dumping potato pots and seeing how we're doing on potatoes. So let's do that right now. Let's go take a flyby of the beds, and then we'll get to dumping potato pots. All right, guys, here on this bed, we've got our bunching onions, and the bunching onions are ready to come out. Let's see if we can get one of these puppies. They are all coming out today also, but check these out. This started out life as one of these bunching onions and turned into, okay, so there's two separate ones. So this started out life as a single bunching onion. Oop, there's an earthworm. And like this, and they turned into all these. And so these are Tom's bunching onions, and I got these from Hoss Tools, but these are all coming out today. So I'm gonna harvest all these today. I'm gonna put them, ooh, they smell good, they smell oniony. I'm gonna put them in my pantry and let them dry out some. I'll find an area inside. Over here, I'm gonna move you. We've got a volunteer tomato plant that has volunteer tomatoes on it. And today will be the last day for it. So let's see what we got going on here. There are my volunteer tomatoes. They look pretty good. But we're gonna go ahead and pick these, and then we'll just put them on the windowsill so that they can do their thing. I don't know what type these are. Let's just go ahead and pick them. They got a little bug damage on them. And it's a shame. I mean, look at that. That's great. And this is January. A little bug damage. But I don't know that these will even ripen. That's okay. If they don't ripen, they'll make great compost. Let's see what the other one's like. Boy, it would be nice in January. That was a little deformed. You gotta be prepared to eat ugly fruit, or vegetables when you garden. Nothing is store perfect. All these kind. Look at that. That's pretty messed up. It's probably going right into the compost. But hey, it's December or January, and we've got tomatoes. Weird, huh? All right, on to the next beds. All right, if you look in these beds, I'm not doing anything to these beds. These beds are all cover crops. That is hairy vetch, mustard, and ryegrass. And so I'm just going to allow these guys, they're just going to eat it with the temperatures. If they survive, they survive. If they don't, they don't. And that's okay by me, because they're just meant to be green fertilizer anyway. And so I will just, if they die, I will just incorporate them into the dirt, and that was their purpose. But I went ahead and I did all these like this so that I could get some nutrients back in the bed for the spring. Now, everything back here along the fence is pretty much, I'm just going to leave it to go. I'll probably bring my rosemary in. My rosemary is doing real good. I might bring 1 or 2 of the pepper plants in. But that down there is a big 20-gallon bag of dirt. Probably not bringing that in. But the rest of them, we're all going to start fresh for the spring, so they're going to go anyway. But there you go. So this is all the pots. The ryegrass, man, the ryegrass and the hairy vetch, it worked out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Hopefully it'll do the thing I want it to, which is put nitrogen back into the soil. So that's it. Let's get to doing some potatoes. All right, everybody, let's get our first pot in no particular order. See, really, I wouldn't want to. If I had my choice, I would just leave these until these were all the way dead. But even I messaged Travis over at Lazy Dog Farms, and he was like, yeah, go ahead and get them, because if not, you're probably going to lose them. So what it looks like in this batch, we got 4 different plants. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so let's see what this gets us. Ooh, there's a nice one. So there's a whole bunch of little bitty ones on there. That's a shame. Nice, man, they're nice. Vibrant color, man. Holy cow. But look at that. There you go. So good looking potato. First potato. Put it right down there in the save pile. Let's see what we got. And a bunch of little ones. What's good with these little ones is you just throw them in something. Like if you're doing a roast or something, you just cook them. You just throw them in there. And then they're just like little potato shooters. Let me put these in here. And then we'll get to dumping everything here in just a second. Now, unlike some people, I go ahead and I just put the plants right into the compost. So if you look here, check it out. They're looking good. They're pretty good size for red potatoes. There seems to be a lot of them. Yeah, this went pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this already. This is just one pot. So, oops. Here's another one. There's 2 more. As for the plan with the plastic, it worked out really well because this soil is nice and dry, at least at the top part. The bottom down here may not be dry. But I don't think we're going to have any potatoes this far down. Maybe we will. That looks like a weed. Oh, there's a little potato. Yeah, a little bit further down, all the soil here is wet. But up where the potatoes were, and there's a lot of roots in here, so not too shabby. Let's dump it, see what happens. Alright. Alright, so that worked out. So the potatoes were up at the top where they needed to be. Let's see if we got anything else. Okay. Good to go. All right. Let's try another one. All right, again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little plants. All right, don't think that one's gonna be happening too much. Poor little fellas. Yeah, not bad. There we go. Yeah, I really feel like that if I had left them in there a little bit longer, some of these would have gotten bigger. But that's okay. We're getting a pretty good amount. Oh, there we go. Yeah, not bad. Okay, guys, here we go. Here it is, the final toll, the big harvest. Even the squirrel patrol jumped up in the beds and helped out. It was pretty funny. G-Man here at Gunner jumped up in there and actually stole a potato. So hopefully dogs can eat potatoes. I don't know. If you know, leave a comment, and hopefully he won't get sick and, you know, gack all over my house tonight. I've been at this for a couple hours, and we had some pretty good results. So, you know me. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I am terrible at marking my crops. So as best as I can recall, I'll go through these for you. These right here, now these were the original seed potatoes, and I believe that these are Yukon Golds. And the reason why there's so few is I had just a very few Yukon Gold seed potatoes because I ate those first. And the same thing with the Nordic Reds. So in this tray, right down the middle, you've got Yukon Golds, you've got the Nordic Reds, right? And I did really good on Nordic Reds. This little area from here to the edge, I don't know if I can tip that up for you, but from here in that quarter, so 1/4 of this tray, is only about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 containers. And I mean, that's pretty good. All the rest of these purple ones, these are Caribes. And so Caribes are a purple potato. They're high in antioxidants. That's why they're purple. And I think if you cut them open, they're purple. And you can make purple mashed potatoes with them. Now, the ones that were mature, and these got mature like a lot. Some of the pots toward the end were really mature, and they turned white on the other end. Now, I don't know if that means that they're good or not, but I have to put these up to dry. Some of them are a little damp, and the shame is normally I'd put them in my shed or something, but it's going to freeze, so I got to put them in the house. So I actually have a pantry where they'll go, and I'll put them in the pantry. Pantry, I'll put the fan in there, circulate some air so it doesn't smell so musty. These were a russet, and I don't remember exactly what the name of them was here on video, but I'll just put it right here or right here. And they did pretty good. So I got about a third of a tray of these, and then these little suckers, whatever they are. Again, I'm terrible with the names. But you know, these are pretty good. So what you do with these is you can you know, put them in your green beans and stuff, and then you can also put a bunch of them together and mash them. I mean, crap, what I like to do is I like to just boil them, and I just eat them as a side item. You know, probably not keto, but you know, potatoes are full of potassium, and I need potassium. So there you go. So that's it, guys. I still have to do the onions, and I still have to get that tomato plant out. And I've got compost maintenance to do. And I don't know if I'm gonna get to the compost maintenance before the freeze. I would like to. I'd like to flip the compost. I did not see in any of the potatoes any signs of disease. There wasn't, you know, there's maybe some minor grub damage or something on some of these, but nothing like, I mean, they're intact. I don't know if you can eat these seed potatoes. I'm just gonna chunk them, but I just wanted to show them to you. Most of the potatoes made it out of the ground without damage. There was only a couple that I peeled the skin off on, and that was it. So, hey, bumper crop. This is winter. You know, this winter, a lot of you guys are in snow, and here I am in Zone 9A, South Mississippi, harvesting potatoes and basically prepping my beds for the spring. And so shortly, I'll be posting up videos of my indoor grow. We're gonna go cucumber heavy this year. We're gonna go tomato heavy this year. My neighbors have put in some requests for tomatoes and butternut squash. And I have a neighbor, she makes a awesome butternut squash casserole. So I'm gonna do that. And I don't know what else I'm gonna grow. I don't know, you know, because it doesn't seem like a lot of the peppers and stuff, I grow them, I don't really eat them. And so I guess that's the thing. If you're going to grow something, you should eat it. Maybe I should change my diet to eat the stuff that I grow, and I would be better. But let me tell you, think about this. If you had to go to the store and buy this many potatoes in the market today, with how much it costs, how much do you think that this would cost you in the store? And you know, I grew these in my backyard from potatoes that were left over from last year. So, you know, I think everybody really needs to start looking into becoming a little bit more self-sufficient, a little bit more sustainable on your own, and not rely on, you know, the big box store. I think that's going to be a lesson that we're all going to have to learn here shortly. I certainly hope not. But Squirrel Patrol's doing their job, little angels that they are. And, you know, eating potatoes and, you know, keeping the squirrels out. I think that's it for now, guys. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get these inside. And then I'm going to clean up. I'm losing sunlight here. It's getting to be about 4 o'clock. And it's been a great day. You know, the garden's great for mental health. The garden's great for getting your hands dirty and having a good time. So, you know, if this is your first time watching my channel, please hit it up, you know, like and subscribe. I don't put out a lot of information. I don't put out a lot of stuff if there isn't anything going on. So pretty much when I'm gardening, I'm making films, and you know, that's about it. So I don't put out a lot of just filler stuff. So usually results oriented, you know, gardening videos, unless it's about the Squirrel Patrol. But I'm rambling, so that's it. So it's Carl from Cultivate with Carl, getting ready for the winter that starts tomorrow. You guys be safe. If you're not in Zone 9A, if you're up there in the northern states, you know, layers, and drive safely in the snow, and, you know, come down south, because we don't have winters like that. All right, peace out. It's Carl from Cultivate with Carl, and I'm signing off with me and the Squirrel Patrol. Get up here, Gunner. Come on, Gun. Come on, gun. There you go. Squirrel Patrol. Woo! All right, now let's go shut it off. Boop.